Why tennis balls are leaving Australian Open stars furious as players blame them for causing serious injuries. Some of the biggest names in tennis have raised concerns over the balls used in the Australian Open, saying they are responsible for an increase in injuries to elite players. Players have been questioning the quality of the balls for some time, but frustrations are becoming more evident ahead of the first major of the year. Last year, Zizou Bergs spoke out about the constant changing of balls and the damage they were doing to players. I think it's time to look carefully at the fact that many players are getting wrist injuries which could possibly be prevented by not changing the balls every week, he wrote. Big-name stars like Stan Wawrinka and Taylor Fritz echoed Bergs' statement, casting the spotlight on the balls being used at different events. Players have to put more effort into making slow, soft balls play the way they want them to, putting increased stress on some of the most overworked areas of their body, the wrists and elbows. Each major, as well as ATP events, have their own separate commercial deals with sponsors that dictate which balls they use, which leads to players having to constantly adjust throughout the season. The Australian Open currently uses the Japanese-manufactured Dunlop balls, which have drawn complaints from players like Rafael Nadal. To be honest, the ball in that end of the first set was super big. It was difficult to move the ball the proper way, he said. I think the ball gets too big sometimes, especially under these humid and night conditions. Another top player, Daniil Medvedev, complained about the Dunlop balls last February after he injured his wrist. We played with the same balls at the Australian Open and I had a terrible feeling with them, he said. Kyrgios believes Djokovic's injury is proof that changes need to be made to ball use. I injured my wrist before playing Korda. I thought it was my problem, but I talked to other players and there are more elbow, wrist and shoulder injuries. Veteran Aussie star John Millman has also blasted the Dunlop balls, claiming they wear quickly as they age, with the problem to be made worse when they are used on the newer courts at the Open in Melbourne Park. Kyrgios' good friend Thanasi Kokkinakis called the balls he used during his shock opening round loss at the Adelaide International lemons as he slammed them for being too soft and slow. Acknowledging it as an issue, both the Association of Tennis Professionals and Women's Tennis Association conceded it created potential inconsistencies of balls used week on week and vowed to work towards a more centralised approach. The goal is to deliver greater ball consistency within tournament swings for players and tighter certification and specification requirements for an enhanced end product while not adversely affecting revenue streams for tournaments.